All right, so I want to talk about a concept that I learned from Alex Hermosi, and what he said is that people need to be reminded more than they need to be taught. And this has just been a game changer for me because I see, or what I did before, and I see a bunch of other guys do, is that they try to find the next new thing, and always searching for new courses, new things to do, and having this shiny objects syndrome, or what Alex calls the woman in the red dress. They're always seeking the new thing and finding out that that thing wasn't it, so they try again. It's this constant loop of I can't remember the stages, but it goes like this: up, like uninformed optimism, and uninformed pessimism, informed pessimism, informed optimism. So it's constantly this, but people only go from the current state to an uninformed optimism to uninformed pessimism. So they get stuck, and they always try to jump on new things. But every time that I've read a book twice, or I've watched a course over and over again, I've constantly found new things that I can implement, because it's almost like the brain only picks out one thing from each thing that you learn. So basically, I've watched a course about traffic secrets from Russell Brunson, and the one thing I learned from the start was the Dream 100, and then I watched it again, and then I learned this concept of hot, warm, and cold traffic. And then constantly just your mind, when you remind yourself of the things, your mind starts to internalize it, and as well, in order to amplify it, is to take action on the things that you learn, instead of just mindlessly having it go through your mind. Like, take action on the things, because one thing is, it's in your head. Your brain can't store it different ways. So you have to prioritize this thing by putting it in your hands, because it's almost like your brain have better understanding of the thoughts and ideas when you do it physically. And that's really a thing that I've been thinking of. And that's also why sometimes I've been overdoing, like just watching courses, but I haven't implemented it. But again, if you just watch it over and over again and take one thing at a time and implement it, like all of a sudden you'll become successful, and you don't need new things. Because when you try to like pursue the woman in the red dress, like you don't know all the flaws of her, like you're just stunned by her like gorgeousness. But when you get to know her, she's just a absolute fucking prick. Like, she's the worst personality ever. You would never spend a day in a life with that girl. But you always have to go through this loop. So instead of seeking out new things, you just got to force through it and find all like new errors of this thing. Like, it's almost every time you go back to something, you discover a new thing, and it's so fascinating. Like, I don't know how many times I've been watching the same copywriting course, and I've been learning something new every single time. And when time goes, like, you get more mature, because in the first, like, when I started out, when I was a copywriter, I like took this course and I didn't understand jack shit of it. Like, I just got something and I tried to implement it. But as time went, like, it was probably a year or so, like, I watched it again, because like I needed some more information, so might as well try out the things like I've tried before, because I know, like, we need to be reminded more than we need to be taught. And then I found a new thing. A thing that I already had heard, but I discovered something new and I got reminded of it. And again, this is everywhere, because you can have all these things that you want to do, like set all these goals, but if you're constantly been teaching new things, it's hard to really get traction of the things that you've already learned, because your minds need to get reminded more that it needs to get taught. So that's really a thing that I always try, like use the same things, because I know, like let me just find it. I've read Expert Secrets now and watched the course. This means I've probably listened to the things in here over 3 times now. But I know with 100% sure that I only know like 1/5 of what's in this book, because like I can't read it. The hard thing is that you can't read a thing and just implement it. Like then this book will take a long time, but it is probably the best way to do it. But we tend to read through it and then we take action. But if you can take action on the things that you learn, it will just store in a different place in your brain, and it will just stick. And that's what I'm doing. Like I found a principle, I'm trying to implement it, and then I found other things as well. Then I go back to it, implement a new thing, because whenever I go through it, I get an understanding of everything inside this book, for example. And then I implement one thing, and then I go in depth in other things as well. And every time I read this book over and over again, like I'm learning new stuff. So it's so fascinating, and that you don't have to seek anywhere else than just where you are right now. And again, this is again the principle of what was it, like how you can be stuck in your binaries, because of course you need to be out there and searching new information. If you are certain that you've got everything out of the, like you squeeze the lemon as tight as possible and you know you've got everything out of that thing, then you can search for new. That's also the principle of Alex Hormozi. He has this principle of more, better, new. So more of that thing you're doing, that's meaning you're reading this thing over and over again and squeezing the lemon. And then you're trying to become better at the things that you've just squeezed out, and really trying to master it, like fully mastery. And then you start to seek after new things. That is a principle that is so damn like powerful. And I just wanted to share this with you guys. So take care, peace, bye.